This is one of my favorite chapters of Uzumaki because it totally just goes all out. All right, so I kind of gave the previous chapter, Jack in the Box, a little bit of like heck, right? I'm like, this doesn't make any sense, yada yada. Like, come on, because it's a guy being propelled by a spring out of a car suspension. That's nothing compared to this next chapter, because this next chapter, the Snail, and it's a nice slow burn too. We don't just like jump into like a hideous transformation or anything. Little homie comes to class, and look at him. It's raining outside. He's all sweaty and gross, covered in the water. Hold on. I want to make sure we get bullied, but I don't want to show a bare butt on YouTube because, we'll get in trouble. Oh, I guess I could show this. This isn't too bad. This isn't showing any naughty bits. So he's slow moving. He fails at volleyball. All of his classmates are bullying him. Now, notice who's doing the bullying here. So they're bullying. They drag him out of the locker room, take his clothes off, embarrass him in front of all the girls who are now screaming, "What are you doing? Drag him out here! Stop it! Get a good look!" What a jerk. When something bad happens to him later, you ain't gonna feel bad, are you? So our little dude, and I don't want to show the full transformation, but I do want to capture this. So he keeps coming to school. Only comes when it's raining, when there's plenty of moisture out. Comes to school, he's mutating. He's visibly changing. He had a lump, now he's got a bigger lump. Not just that, but it just keeps getting bigger. Day after day, he's coming to class. And look here, he's down at the bottom. Before, he's standing up when he enters class. Now, he's like crawling along to get to class. His teacher is understandably like, what the heck is going on? We're not going to flip over. I don't want to spoil it if you haven't seen it before. But I guess the chapter title kind of gives it away. That's one thing about a lot of Japanese manga. Like, how many isekai stories are there where the isekai, like, the title of it is something like, I died and got a Gatling gun and proceeded to shoot 500 people. Like, that, it's right what's on the label, right? This one is titled The Snail. You can see this guy is clearly turning into a snail. The art just gets better from here. It gets better. His situation gets worse. The whole situation gets worse. I don't remember if I said it in one of these reviews, but I know when I was talking about the anime, I said it. One of the things that Uzumaki does really well over the course of its several chapters here, I got the chapter list, is we expand the scope of the horror. We start out very personal, Shuichi and his family. Kiri gets drawn into it. Some of their classmates start coming into it. Kiri's family gets pulled into it. Now more people they know, like the students, some other students and their families get pulled in. All the girls in school. This other student. Now their whole classroom is getting sucked into it. The scale keeps creeping up as we go down, and the situation gets more strange, more terrifying, more dire for all the people that live here. This chapter is really kind of a turning point in the manga. Like the first 4 chapters were real rock solid. They're great stuff. We kind of meander around a little bit. I find Medusa kind of weak. I find Jack in the Box kind of weak. And then we come back here in chapter 8 and we get this stuff. True body horror. It's unsettling. It makes you think, what if? Like, could this happen to somebody? If it did, what would that be like? What would their friends think? What would their friends do? Just look at their facial expressions. They're so wonderfully done. Spiral rising. This is creepy, Kiri. He looks like a snail. Boom, shows up the next day. Even more snail-like. Now, he doesn't just turn into a snail. Like, there's way more going on in that chapter. There's way more stuff going on. It involves way more people. And it's all great stuff. And I don't want to spoil a second of it for you past where we're at right now. So, if you haven't read Uzumaki, you've somehow gone through life without seeing it, go check out this chapter. Even on its own, I think it's a pretty solid story. I think it's pretty rock solid. You all take care of yourselves. You have a great day, and bye bye.